In this video, I want to backtest a famous indicator on TradingView to see how much accuracy it has. Here we click on indicators and we search TTM squeeze. We add this one, TTM squeeze pro, which is written by Beardy Fred. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it is added here below the chart. This indicator was developed by John Carter, and as you can see, it has a very big price tag, but we can have the exact indicator for free here on TradingView platform. This indicator has two components: the volatility component, which is these small dots in different colors which are placed on the center line, and we have directional component, which is this histogram that is moving above and below the center line. The idea behind this indicator is really interesting and creative. For the volatility component, it uses two volatility indicators that are Bollinger Bands and Keltner channels. When the Bollinger Bands become so tight that they go inside the Keltner channels, it shows a very low volatility condition in the market, and it means that the market is in an extreme consolidation, and statistically it gives the possibility to have a breakout. Having Bollinger Bands completely inside the Keltner channels directly depends on the multiplier of the Keltner channels. Here in the settings of the indicator, you can see that we have three multipliers, which are 1, 1.5 and 2. So 1 is the tightest channel and 2 is the widest channel here. For the Bollinger Bands, we have the default value of 2 for the multiplier. So if Bollinger Bands goes inside Keltner channels with multiplier 1, it shows the tightest consolidation period in the market. Extremely low volatility, and so very probable to have a breakout. This indicator, depending on which of these Keltner channels goes inside the Bollinger Bands, it shows different colors for these dots that are placed on the center line, and this will help you to effectively differentiate between different levels of squeeze in the market. Orange dots show high compression or large squeeze, which means that Bollinger Bands are inside the first Keltner channel, the Keltner channel with multiplier 1. So this is showing the tightest consolidation period in the market. Then we have red dots that show medium squeeze, and this means that Bollinger Bands are inside the Keltner channel with multiplier 1.5. And we have black dots that show low compression or wide consolidation period, which means that Bollinger Bands are inside the Keltner channel with multiplier 2. And we have also green dot, and they show no squeeze, which means that Bollinger Bands are outside of the third Keltner channel, the Keltner channel with multiplier 2. So potentially the price is out of a flat market and moving in one direction. And to know which direction the price is going, we use the histogram. If the histogram is below the center line, the price is declining, and if the histogram is above the center line, the price is advancing. When the bars are red, the downside momentum is increasing, and when the bars become yellow, it means that the downside momentum is weakening, and when the bars are light blue, it means that the upside momentum is increasing, and when they become dark blue, it means that the upside momentum is decreasing and weakening. This is what this indicator is built for and how we can use it for trading. It's a perfect choice for catching a sudden and short-term increase of volatility, which happens after a period of low volatility, and because of this indicator is suitable for scalping and day trading. In this video, we're going to test this indicator on 1 minute time frame, and we're going to test the accuracy of the indicator. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to use black dots as a signal for low volatility period. They show wider consolidation period, so our backtest result will be the minimum accuracy regarding different degrees of volatility. As I explained earlier, the tighter the consolidation period, the more probability to have a stronger breakout. Alright, so our trade entry is when we get a green dot after one or a period of black dots. So even if we have one black dot and after that we get a green dot, we enter a trade. And direction of the trade is based on the histogram, as I explained earlier. The positions that we're going to enter are with risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1, meaning equal distance for stop loss and profit target. For example, after these black dots, we got a green dot here. The histogram is below the center line, so we enter a short position at this point when when this new candle is opened. This was an example of a short position, and for opening a long position, after black dots when we get a green dot, and if the histogram is above the center line, we enter a long position when the new candle is opened. In this backtesting, we don't change the stop loss level or profit target. As I said, this is a test for the accuracy of the indicator, not profitability of a trading strategy. We just want to see how much is the accuracy of the signals in terms of the market moving in that direction after the signal. So you should never take your trading decisions only based on these signals, and you must use them in conjunction with other indicators or aspects of technical analysis for more confirmation in a complete form of a trading strategy with a clear instruction on a stop loss level and profit target. The best option is using this indicator with price action analysis for better identification of consolidation period or finding confluence of these signals with patterns like flag pattern or pennant pattern, which are actually used for catching sharp movement of the price after tight consolidation period. If you're interested to learn price action analysis, recently I published a book about this subject, The Art of Price Action Trading. The link is in the description and you can get your copy later if you're interested. Alright, let's begin backtesting of the signals that this indicator is providing.